driving the Culture 4. This is HBR Radio. We're reporting live from the HBR Hotel, Palm Springs. With us, we got Gabe. So, Gabe, how's it going?
What's up? What's up, everybody?
All right, so just first off, like, what brings you down here? Do you come to Coachella often?
Yeah, I've gone to Coachella a couple times, but I just came down here to sit down with you guys. I heard you guys were just starting your new podcast and stuff like that, so I wanted to come out and sit down with you guys. I love Hypebeast a lot, and
we appreciate that. I mean, like, getting you to sit down or just like come out on the scene is like, very rare. You're much of a reclusive guy.
True, I'm very rare.
And on social media, I know that we follow you a lot. I think you're like one of my favorite people on Instagram for like the Instagram stories.
Oh,
like
dope.
just
Thank
shooting
you so
each
much.
one of those, it just feels like it's a video within itself.
Totally.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I've been pushing the Instagram story thing a lot. I think like that's kind of gonna be my new mark. Like the last one was like the VHS stuff, and that, like went crazy for a couple of years. But I think like where I'm at now and just kind of like glamorizing like the concept of like an Instagram story and shit like that. I think that's kind of like the next direction everyone's gonna go into.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, you touched on VHS, and of course, like, I think for us, like, we first caught on to you, like, through your work with the VHS. Is that something that you're trying to avoid moving forward now? Or is, like, is it you're trying to move to different mediums? Or is it still always going to be, like, VHS, like, lo-fi is where you want to stay?
No, I still, like, that's always, like, going to be a part of me and a part of my story and stuff like that. But I feel like there's, like, a common misconception where people are, like if they want some VHS, they'll like hit me up, but then kind of like write me off when it comes to like other styles of videos or like music or something like that. But it's just like, where I'm at with it, it's like obviously yes, that's a part of my story, but like, with my new things and my new styles, I'm always pushing the boundaries on like all my assets, not just like that.
Yeah, you were pretty like pioneering in the use of drones and stuff like that too. Like you were like, you bought a drone mad early, right?
True. I mean, I'm always trying to like do new things, and I'm like always up on new camera technology and things like this. So I think that's definitely where my strengths lie.
Yeah.
Without giving away too much of my secret.
Yeah, don't give away the sauce. Just, don't give them the codes, but you can talk about it.
All right.
But speaking of the social media thing and you being reclusive and whatnot, you spend a lot of time in like China and stuff like that. Like,
True.
What is it that like captivates you about like traveling to Asia and stuff like that?
I think it's just cool to. It's so cool that places like China are only like an 8-hour plane ride away. I feel like everyone just kind of like. In their head, they think like places like Tokyo and like London and Paris are so like unreachable and so far away, but like in actuality, it's like a couple like movies on the plane away. Like it's not very far, and I think it's just cool to like break that boundary that everyone has, or just like show people by example like it's not that hard to go to like China. Like it's as easy to go to China as it is going to New York. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the rush I get off of being like everywhere overseas and stuff like that. It's kind of just like, it's obviously for me like showing myself like that there's always new things to see and to never be comfortable or stay in the same place. But it's like cool to like show everyone else like, oh, it's easy. Like you can kind of like do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Word. Yeah. Where did you come from to come to Coachella?
I was in LA, but then like 4 days ago I was in China. I had a show with Jay Stash.
Wow, so you were like really deep over there for a while, or were you like on tour? Or what were you
went
doing?
for 1 week to China.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So when you were out there with Jay Stash, were you out there performing?
Yeah, I had a set at this like this random magazine party. I'm not gonna give him props, but this random magazine party.
Yeah. So I mean, just noticing with like your music, I feel like, like on Instagram, like a while ago, you just went like completely like dark and just like deleted everything. You only have like one photo up with you and Nigo, and then like your SoundCloud link in like the bio, so it's like, are you trying to push your music out more this year? And maybe like,
No, totally. I think that's what it became too. I was like getting hella cloud and shit, like posting Supreme and shit first day, but I think I don't know. I just don't feel like that's like the vision, to just be like everybody's so like geeked up and like cracked out about how they're gonna take their next photo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, and I think like for a second that wave was like, you know, like legit and cool, but you know, just like anything else, I think like the more you push it, it's kind of like the less people like want it. You get me? So
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, I think there is value in being like one of the more rare musicians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree, for
get me?
sure.
Yeah,
Opposed
it's really
to,
hard to
like-
have like mystique now. Like it's hard to be like mysterious as shit.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to say too much, just like give away
See?
too
Yeah.
much, but it's just like,
Case in point, for sure.
I don't want to just, yeah, I don't want to just be on my photo swag every day.
Yeah.
I
trying
guess
to
I'll just leave it at
diversify.
that. Yeah, it's
Yeah. I mean,
it's just like the same as people like sing me out. It's like if I'm posting a lot, like, and I see like people out at a party and shit like that, they're gonna think they're gonna feel like they've been like hanging out with me and like seeing me every day and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just that same concept. If like online is like our school or like our high school or central like meeting place, it's just like I'm not showing my face there.
Yeah.
Get me?
So, I mean, do you find it difficult, you know, like trying to find that balance between like, you know, promoting your stuff online and then also staying like, you know, carrying that mystique that, you know, that Ben talked about, where it's like, you know, staying low key, but then also like having to use these tools and stuff so that you can like, you know, just drop whatever you have that's next?
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like there's nothing more valuable than being like the most rare.
Yeah.
You can't,
Yeah, the
Be
more
that.
elusive, the better.
yeah, you can't like beat that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Word. What have you been working on recently? Like, what have you been?
Just like a lot of music and more videos for
Yeah.
like different like corporate companies and
No
like,
way.
musicians.
What's that been like working with that, like relative to like artists?
That's what I've always wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never wanted to work with anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like I always wanted to work with like Nike, but I just knew like if I worked with like hip hop artists and things like that, that I could like. That's how I would like bridge
Make
the
your
gap
way.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's dope. It's exactly what it's exactly what I've always wanted. I'm super stoked to get to work on Nike and get to work on like Alex Wang
Yeah.
and like Billionaire Boys Club, like, you know, stuff that just was like so like up here my whole life. It's just
Yeah.
cool to like see what's going on behind the scenes and like get to be a part of it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how we feel about this platform. Basically, is it's kind of like a really cool conversation between like you said, like you love hype beats, and it's like obviously like we're saying we admire what you do too. You know what I mean? And it's really cool to get the behind the scenes stuff from the people that are behind the scenes themselves.
Totally.
And that's kind of like the basic premise, I guess, that we're going for. Because it's like so many people, like literally, it's like so many people would want to know how to do what you do, and you've made it so elusive that it's like, you know, you're a real human being. You're here. You're sitting with us right now. It's good to have you, like, talk about that. Like, literally, you've been working with, you know, corporate entities and brands and stuff, and it's like, it's actually like a pretty lofty goal to have. It's good to see that somebody actually did that. You know?
No, totally.
And doing it off of like Instagram.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
anyone can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like even
Yeah.
if you're like 16, you can do it. It's crazy. But yeah.
Who inspired you to do it?
When I was coming up, I'm not gonna lie, I was super inspired by Krayshawn, and I was super inspired by like Odd Future and shit like that. I'm giving
Yeah.
too many props, but I'll give
Sure.
one. They can get one. They can get one.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, with that camp and, you know, with Krayshawn, like those were artists that were also like, you know, they did video, but they were also musicians too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah,
Yeah, it made it all the more like, you know, obviously that was like an idea in my head that like made sense, but it made it all the more like yes, like these people are already doing this. This is a way of like,
It's possible.
it's possible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it looks attainable, and it's like literally people that sound like you do and like have the same kind of worldview. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. Hey, what are you doing after this? You have like what are you doing in Palm Springs for this weekend?
I'm just kind of hanging out. I'm really on my like anti-clout, so it's like wherever the super famous people are gonna be, I'm gonna be like somewhere else. Because everyone starts acting weird Coachella time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's like you'll see your friends like start like fanboying really crazy to get like a certain wristband or like
a +1,
or it's like one person can go somewhere and another person can't, and someone will get super pissed. You know, it's just like kind of like,
nah,
it's not my thing. I just kind of like chill out and like hang out with my friends.
Word.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, like, you know, so like after Coachella, like what do you have coming down the pipeline?
More music and more music videos. I think, like, honestly, I think I want the more slept on artists that are coming out, and this year I'm just gonna keep dropping the best stuff to show everyone that I am one of the hottest in the game. Because I feel like I'm right now where I'm at, I'm dropping a lot of my stuff, and then you see like a lot of these pop stars and things like that, like they'll take like the same effects from my videos, and like, you know, they'll be on their VHS like on the low, like take from my world but not try to give me full credit for like my world.
Yeah, and there's tons of music videos where like people watch them and probably think that it's you,
that you shot it.
Probably someone that's just kind of like
no, totally. So it's like right now it's like I'm constantly fighting against that, but it's good, it's fun. Those are good problems.
Yeah,
it's
it's kind of like you can see it, they can imitate it but they can't replicate it.
True. And it's cool because the people that know it's up, like know it's up.
Yeah, they call them out for it.
True.
So do you ever have thoughts of like doing something like longer than a music video or longer than a short film? So like possibly like, you know, like your own documentary. Or
dude, I definitely will do a movie.
Yeah.
Soon. And I'm like working on it right now. Like conceptually, I'm gonna be on my Ice Cube for sure.
Yeah.
At some point, like I know.
Actor, director.
It's all the same. It's like first I learned how to like do like a 15-second film, and then like I learned how to do like a minute-long film. Then I learned how to do like a 5-minute thing, and it's like now I'm just kind of like setting up so I can learn how to do like a real movie.
Yeah.
Do you have a genre picked out? Do you have like a favorite genre of film?
I want to make like party movies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Word.
But not like cheesy.
Yeah.
Like cool. Like holy.
What did you think of Project X? Is that corny or is that a raw party film to you?
Project X is dope.
Yeah. Because it's like it's so easy to, like you said, make it a cornball kind of thing.
No, Project X is dope.
Yeah. Top 5 party movies of all time.
Project X.
Up there with House Party and House Party 3.
House Party and House Party 3. Not House Party 2.
No, I'm pretty selective.
House Party's crazy.
House Party was crazy.
I can't believe that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a real
like
thing.
a film like that happened.
Like rappers.
someone would
that it
let
would take
happen.
2 rappers to do a film like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I like situations where it's like, how did this get a green light? You know what I mean?
There's no rappers doing that. Like that's what I'm
no.
saying. Like when I see like House Party or something like that, I'm like, whoa, like these kids were running like the whole game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're on them in a movie that was like a classic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is the ultimate triple threat, though, because if you do music and then you shoot it and then you're directing the movie, that's crazy. That is Ice Cube.
Yeah, Ice Cube.
That's the goal.
Do you see yourself like acting moving forward?
Would you do that?
Yeah, I want to. I definitely want to act, for sure. I think it's like everything is like all the same, like acting, making clothes, making music. It's just all kind of like
just putting yourself
out there. Yeah.
Like being willing to mess up and like embarrass yourself and then probably get better at it as a result. Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Like literally, like you can fuck out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you learn from it. That's good.
Yeah. So one thing I did want to touch on is like, you know, just you bringing back DC. I think like that's so sick.
Yeah, we've been talking about this.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm definitely like a preem head and like I'm a real true hype beast. Like I'm like a first day, like first hour copper and shit like that. But I think it's like a lot of these kids these days
Yeah.
are getting way too lost in the sauce to where it's like they don't know what to wear other than like what just dropped, like at Supreme, or like what Gosha just dropped or something. And it's like a weird problem because it's like you have everyone like running around just like Travis Scott, or like everyone's like running around wearing like
following
Ian
the next
Connor
trend.
outfits and things like that. It's just like kind of like weird. But I don't know, my thing is just like I just know there's more fire stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I love like Travis Barker and stuff. Like I know what's considered pieces, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know what
like
it's
the
like
famous Stars and Straps DC.
like famous as Stars and Straps is like next. Like I'm coming.
Bring that back. Can you bring that back?
Can
we bring that back?
Famous is definitely a wave.
It's a
at one
very
point.
powerful logo.
Yeah. That F is just crazy.
But DC is amazing. Like I've been wearing a lot of that. I've been wearing a lot of Girl.
Classic.
And then
Classic.
That's it. Supreme. I know that's whack to say, but
it's fine.
It's the best.
You're saying on a Hypebeast podcast anywhere, if anywhere here is fine.
Yeah. Safe zone.
Guilty.
For sure.
I buy Supreme every week though.
Yeah. Is it a problem at this point?
No, because the quality is so good that it's not a good problem. It's a good investment.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
Yeah, I think like a lot of the complaints that I get from like people that are just like early on is that they always complain that it's not the same anymore. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like the direction's kind of been like the same that it's always been, you know. Quality's kind of like the same that it's always been. They don't like, you know, go outside of where they currently are. So I mean, like so like when did you get onto like, you know, just skate gear in general?
I've been into it my whole life, you know what I'm saying?
Did you ever skate?
Yeah, in like 5th grade. But it's like I grew up out in the valley and stuff, so it's just like I was always into it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like since I was a youngin', but like I've had different phases, like I've definitely had like Abercrombie phases and like things
the
like
distressed hoodies.
Distressed Abercrombie hoodies and like preppy polo Ralph Lauren shit.
Multiple polos. Did you have a multiple polo phase? Are there photos of you wearing multiple polos? That's crazy. That's funny.
Fresh.
It's layers.
I was at church camp.
Wow.
At church camp.
Church camp?
Church camp?
On my
brought out all the polos.
Every summer.
Had all the polos on.
Sunday fresh at church camp.
That's fire.
That's crazy. Yeah. So you grew up in LA, you said?
Yeah, I did. But when I like
you literally lived here your whole life?
No, I went to high school in Ohio.
Whoa, what was that like? That's very different from here.
I know, it was weird. It was cool. It was chill. It was just like small, like all-American reject type town.
These are the weirdest names that we could have ever been dropped on the first episode of Hypebeast Radio. It's like we dropped like Abercrombie and Fitch and the All-American Rejects.
I know. I feel like I'm one of the weirdest Hypebeasts, but...
Nah, it's cool. I think it's like, there's so many different breeds, you know what I mean? You could be into like some really weird stuff, you know what I mean? Where like, you could be like the type of guy that has every bear brick, or like...
True. Yeah. People are on that.
Yeah, like people
blows my mind.
Yeah. We've talked about this, like it's like our foot, or like whenever they go up, I'm always kind of like, I can't believe it's just another bear brick, and then people eat them up, literally. I don't get it. Maybe it's a collector's thing, but yeah. Do you collect anything besides Preem? Because you cop it every week.
Money. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. Seriously.
Yeah, so you collect like different currency from the places you travel? Is that a thing?
It was just
like, collect money.
Connect money. Yeah.
I can respect it, definitely.
But no, not really.
Yeah.
I just kind of like.
Yeah.
I collect weed, but then I like smoke it.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it's
I'm
a temporary
allowed to say
collection.
You can say anything on this podcast at this point.
Yeah.
It's illegal. It's illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine here, right? I think it's fine here.
Yeah, it's illegal. It's illegal.
I hope.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, dude, it's good to like. It's really cool that you've made yourself this kind of elusive dude. And you literally like, yeah, I'll come through. I'll come through and sit down.
I know. I can't believe I'm like saying everything, but I'm still gonna be elusive. After you guys watch this, I'm not gonna be anywhere around. So.
You're gonna disappear into a puff of smoke as soon as we're done with this.
True.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Sure.
How long have we been talking now? I have no clue. Are we good?
I have no idea.
It's good. Yeah,
it's always great to keep rolling.
Yeah.
You know.
That's fun.
Talk about anything. So yeah, I just one thing that I wanted to go back on is like, you know, you being able to pull pieces out the archive, and like of course you skated and stuff. So like, do you have like any thoughts on like the current controversy around like people that don't skate, wear skate brands, or people that like, you know, just reappropriate some of these skate logos and stuff and then turn them into something that's like
You mean like
fast
the
fashion.
shirt that I'm wearing?
But that's Thugger though, so that's different. I feel like, you know, like
True.
Thug is one of those people that gets a pass for anything he does.
That shirt's fresh. I think that's whack, you know what I'm saying? Like for any skater to be like, yeah, like you don't skate, like you can't wear this, like you're like appropriating skate culture. I think that's like weird. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like saying you can't wear Nike if you don't like play basketball or something, or like.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I don't know. Skaters have this weird thing where they think they're like cooler than they are or something like that. Like they're cool, but it's like I feel like the culture's kind of like up there. But I'm just like one of those like anti, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anti-cool, too cool for you guys.
It's basically the most skater thing ever, because it's like skaters love to call people posers. It's like the whole culture would be that. So it's like as soon as you see like supermodels wearing like a Thrasher hoodie, it's kind of like, yeah, what? Like I got clowned for wearing this.
True.
For
That's
years.
the whole thing. It's like, okay, skaters love to hate, so it's like I love to like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like people make like really expensive shoelace belts.
But I
and
support the culture so much. Like I buy Paradise like every week. And, like,
Yeah.
Shout out to Sean.
Supreme and like I love skate culture, but I just say it as
Yeah. You were one of the early people to rock like Fucking Awesome and everything like that as well. Like you put all of that on. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like, did you like make skate videos? Were you like, did you do VHS skate videos and shit?
When I was younger, no, I never did. I still want to do a skate
That would be a
video.
cool skate video actually. Because like that was like the golden age of like skateboarding aesthetics, was like,
So if you
like
did
a fisheye with a VHS tape camera. It'd be kind of dope.
So if you did a skate video, do you have like any skaters that you're interested in linking up with? Like I mean, I see you in Paradise, so like Sean Pablo and them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably like,
Would you shoot a clip in it?
yeah, I mean, I have no idea who I would shoot. Like, that's a good question. I would still do a Tony Hawk one. Just like one where he's like old, but like shredding.
Yeah, like the GOAT, just kind of like a victory
He's
lap.
still the GOAT, like,
yeah.
and he's still doing stuff, and everyone would be like,
Yeah, it would be
it
like
would all be
everybody
about
counted
how
out.
he's like old, but he's like flexing still.
Yeah. That'd be a good.
There's like this girl. There was like an essay on some website where I would name drop them, but I don't know about giving props. But it was like this girl went all the way out to California, and she had never skateboarded before, and Tony Hawk taught her how to ollie.
Oh,
And
crazy.
it was like she had her outlet pay to send her all the way out to like Tony Hawk's personal skate park in the middle of nowhere, and she learned to ollie from the GOAT. And it was like, man, like if I had that opportunity, if I could have gone all the way to California to learn,
Finesse Tony Hawk.
Yeah,
Get you,
like-
teach him how to
you
kickflip.
can really reach out to anybody. Like I assume now, like you could reach out to Tony Hawk and ask to make the skate video now. Like this would be
True,
where
true.
this idea is born, because I think you could do it. If someone can learn to ollie like that, you
True.
could totally hit him up and just be like, yo, bro, I played all your video
Just like,
games.
yeah, those were good. Those were really
Yeah.
good.
The soundtracks actually shaped the person that I am today, I think. Like the Tony Hawk soundtracks.
I agree. I mean, if you reach out, anything is really possible. You can do
Yeah.
it.
It's good.
Definitely.
That's how he got you to come here.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like the power of social media, right? Just linking up, networking too.
Yeah, that's cool. What is social
Link
media
and
for
build.
you? Do you hang out? Yeah, do you link and build? Do you link and build a lot? Because you hung out with that kid, that the dude that wears all of like the off-white in Asia, right?
Oh.
That kid is so cool.
Oh, of course, Yoshi. Yeah, he's next. He's the GOAT. But I guess it kind of is like a social media thing. But it's kind of just like when you touch down in a city, it's still like there's still like neighborhood. Like people know who's fresh around the neighborhood and stuff. Like
Yeah.
if you know about someone online, then it's kind of like everyone else in the town like knows about him and stuff like that, and they're gonna be telling you about him and stuff like that. The thing with Yoshi is like all my friends were like saying you got to meet this little kid, and like all like my homegirls that work at the stores and Harajuku and stuff like that. I met this like little 14-year-old kid, and he's like one of the most like brilliant like
Yeah.
minds when it comes to like clothes, like
Yeah.
out of any person I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I guess like Instagram kind of has stuff to do with that, but at the same time, it's everyone's still like in the field, you know what I'm saying? In the streets.
Of course. Yeah.
Word of mouth is still kind of like.
You meet a lot of people at parties, I'm assuming.
True.
You
I'm
do
off that Instagram, like social media, like goofy swag. It's goofy now. Like everyone's doing like a photo shoot every day and stuff like that. It's kind of just like everyone's so like, look at me, like look at me. But like literally, and it's just like
chill. Yeah. Pare it back a little bit.
So like speaking of like, you know, young up and comers like Yoshi, like what excites you about like, you know, the next wave of creatives, if anything?
I just love it that it's so unpredictable. It's like you don't know who's coming next. You know, it's like you can never predict. Like you can never predict like a gully guy Leo. Like last year while we were talking here, we could never predict that would happen.
That would happen.
No, never.
No one
Shout
could.
out to Leo, by the way.
Oh, legend.
Yeah.
But it's just like you can never predict that, and it's like that's the most exciting part. Is that it's just like there's always new faces that are like.
Yeah. I mean, like, so like, are there like any words of advice that you could like leave to like anyone that's watching this and kind of wants to do what you do?
First advice is probably like move to the big city. Second advice is don't be whack and like dress cool, and then like be different at what you're trying to do. That's pretty much it. But dress cool is so important.
Yeah.
It's the most important one.
It's probably the most important one.
Definitely. Sick, man.
Perfect. Thanks so much for coming, man. Really.
No, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for being
You
the
guys are
first guy to
dope.
sit
You guys are
down.
dope. I know, first ever Hype Beast podcast
episode. This is the
Legendary.
first one.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. That's a good point to leave on.
Cool.
Thank you, man. Really.
Thanks, man. Cool.